Simone Giertz is an incredible YouTuber, maker, and generally incredible person all round, really. She recently invented and launched a product called the Everyday Calendar, which has got every single day of the year on it. It's for tracking habits like yoga or meditation or anything else that you might want to do, like quitting smoking, for example. It keeps you motivated and is generally like a very pretty thing. I really like it. So it was recently my friend's birthday, so I thought it would be awesome to give her an everyday calendar. Except sadly, because Simone is such a perfectionist and really cares about the product, it's still not quite yet in production and also is quite far out of my price range. So I decided to try and make my own version of it out of plywood. I'm not trying to rip off Simone in any way. This is definitely a homage to how brilliant I think she is and how great I think the product is. And I'll check with her first if it's all okay that I post this on YouTube. So my plan was essentially, instead of having electronics and lights, which cost quite a lot of money, I decided to make it out of laser cut plywood. So instead of lighting up every day, you would put a little token into a hole corresponding to that day. So I started off by designing my own version of Simone's calendar in an Illustrator program so that I could send it to the laser cutter. Yeah, and I guess let's just get into some of the footage of me making it.
I realised I didn't really explain the tester piece. It was just a big sheet of like construction card, and I just ran the file to make sure I'd got all the dimensions right and it was all going to be okay. I didn't get any footage of the final result, but it all went well, so I just went straight on to the piece of plywood that I had finished up earlier.
It's cutting it out in such a weird order. Look at this guy over here. Why is he not been cut out? Last bit now. Whoa! Hey! Finished. Oh my god, it's all stuck together. Oh no! Oh no, it's all going wrong. Okay, we might have to do some sawing. Okay.
Oh.
Hopefully these will come out. Yeah, it looks like that will. I'll poke all these out and get back to you. Right, so here's the deal. We've run into a little bit of a snag here. I've cut all of these little hexagon pieces and the laser cutter settings were too high or something. I don't know what's happened, but basically all of the edges are super charred and the ash from all the edges is coming off of my fingers and then going onto the kind of unfinished wood side of them and making it all kind of grubby, which is obviously going to look absolutely crap when we put them into the final finished everyday calendar. So I'm trying to figure out a way of getting all the ash off. I mean, I've pretty much like accepted the fact that I'm probably going to have to like individually sand the like white side of each of these 366 little hexagons, which sucks, but it might have to be done. So it's a bit of a situation I found myself in.
I asked Reddit, somebody said putting it in bleach overnight, and I was like, nah, wait, this is plywood, that's just gonna completely come apart and delaminate. Also, Reddit told me that my laser cutting settings were completely crap, but it's not my laser cutter, and I don't really want to go up to the technicians and just be like, hey, you should like clean out your laser cutter and change all of the settings, because it's doing a really bad job of laser cutting, because that would be really, really rude, so don't want to do that. So yeah, I might try and use a different laser cutter. Somebody said the sides should look like a nice roast turkey colour, so I can aim for that. It's been like 4 days or something since I laser cut these, and I haven't done anything until now because I've just been so like, because I have to like, I got like this whole bag of the f***ers. I don't know what to do.
Nice laser cutter. So this is just a test piece. Let's see how it is. Cut nicely. Oh yeah, that's good. I hope I haven't lost any.
Okay, so we're at a position where we have a full jar of little token thingies. I am on some insane kind of burst of energy right now, so we're going to go to the workshop and do some testing on how to make the numbers and the letters and shit pop out a little bit more, and also build the frame. Got all the stuff in a little bag and some wood which I found on the street, and hopefully we're going to be able to make a frame out of it. I don't really have a plan so far, but we're going to see what happens. Yeah! One very messy room later, we have a freaking frame for the calendar. Yeah, there we go. You know, it's gonna be good. We're gonna put it on. We're gonna finish it with some tongue oil, probably. Focus. Yeah, you can probably. I don't know if you can see, but so close. I got some MDF for the mounting board. Oh my god. Oh, vlogging, lol. How do you vlog? So I don't know how much you saw, but I made this like really terrifying, janky like jigsaw thing to like rip down the pieces of wood that I was using to make the frame, and I literally died, and I tried to film it, but my phone ran out of space, and it's a massive shame because it was fucking terrifying and it would have been brilliant for you guys to see. But you know, these things happen. But we're so nearly done now. I just need to fill in the numbers like I keep on saying and finish off the frame, just stick it onto the backing. Yay! Cut for MDF with a craft knife. Didn't even have to saw. It's really gonna look like a bag cut. I feel like the Dulux dog.
It's the next day. Glue's dried. Definitely didn't need to leave it that long, but I'm lazy and I work slow, so I've decided to finish it in this true oil stuff. I did a test piece. I'll show you a close-up, I guess. You can't even see the part which has been finished and the part which hasn't, which is kind of what I'm going for, to be honest. I just want like a very thin layer of protection. I quite like the look of it, the wood as it is, to be honest. And then we're nearly done. Nearly.
I'm getting mad,
Okay, all sanded. So now we're gonna finish it with some of this true oil stuff. Yeah, I used it to finish the guitar back when I was like 13 or something, so 14? Yeah, 7 years ago, jeez. Oh my god, I just revealed my age. Are you surprised? Did you think I was younger, older? Leave it in the comments below. No one will care. Yeah, so you just put it on a rag and then just wipe it on. It's pretty forgiving, I think, from what I remember. Yeah, this already looks pretty nice. It's such a supple, it just adds a little like depth to the grain. This vine is really thirsty. Talked about wood like I know stuff about woodworking. As if. Okay, so that's the first coat done. Yeah. Oh, that looks so nice. So we got my test piece here. I've tried a couple of methods to like make things that would emulate the numbers. That was a raster, so I tried like chiseling in some little gaps, but then, yeah, I mean, you can see that they look nothing like the numbers did. So now I'm gonna try and burn a hole in using Mr. Solder Boy over there. About to drop some fire. Nah, kill. And then I'm gonna use this stuff here, which is just some beeswax. Solder Boy seems pretty hot now. Oh yeah, that kind of works. Oh, sick. Yeah, no, this looks way more like the ones on the actual calendar. Made some new marks with the soldering iron, so we're gonna see what happens. Oh, dude, it's springy. I've got some. I'm just gonna whack it on. Just gonna see what happens. Oh god, that looks so bad. It's not solid enough. It's like it's squishy. It's like you know the stuff that babies throw up. It looks like a baby threw up on this and then kind of wiped and then kind of crawled around in it. And it smells really good though. Does it have a directions on it? Flammable, produced by lots of bees. It says that on the thing. Harmful by inhalation. I've literally just been huffing it for the last 5 minutes. It smells so good. Open the window. Yeah, it just comes straight out of those little holes. Okay, so the beeswax was not a success. So I guess I'm not gonna have to paint every single one of those, am I? I don't know what to do. So I had this little moment of genius last night before I went to bed, so I didn't film it. I just used a little bit of air dry clay. Just rub the clay into the little gaps and it's just filled it up really nicely and left like no residue. The little residue that it did I could just kind of wipe off with my sweaty thumb, and yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do on the numbers. Look at that! Brilliant! we have it. It's all finished. I'm really actually pretty pleased with it. I think it looks awesome. I guess the only thing left to do now is actually give it to my friend and hopefully she likes it. Thank you so much to Simone and her whole team for making such an incredible product and being such an inspiration on YouTube. I watch all your videos, I think they're brilliant, and hopefully thank you for letting me put this up. Yeah, let's go give it to my friend. Oh no, some of them are stuck in there. Oh god.